Yeah, but it says no antics on the butt.
Oh, no antics on the butt.
That is better. We could.
Ooh, if we
No
did a
antics on the
velour
butt.
boy short that said no antics on the butt. You know
we have to get rid of all the merch we still have.
Yeah, that's true. We
Before-
still have about $3,000 worth
Because
of
I
merch.
think
When we went
Dee Dee's
to
about to punch
Ghost-
us in the face.
When we went to Ghost, they had velour hot pink short shorts. And they were amazing.
I still want hats.
Well, I think the next...
I'm okay with hats because I wear hats.
I want a dad hat. Like, yeah, not like a flat bill or snapback.
God,
nothing like that. But
Dad
something
hat.
like this. A simple logo.
Dad hat all day.
Yeah, I like that. So in dick pills, there used to be 2 active ingredients. There used to be...
Well, there's still Denafil and then there's Tadalafil.
Tadalafil. And
then there's
Cialis was
another
one, and then Viagra was the
Actually,
other.
what's funny is the only reason I know this is because I did
I've been
pharmacology.
trying to get this point out for like 5 minutes. Will you let me talk about the dick pills?
Yeah.
Now, since they went generic, what the new companies are doing is they give you both in the same medication.
Yeah, that's fine.
So no matter what chemical your body responds to better to open up those blood vessels to get that dick hard, you get both of them.
So actually, the generic drug names are Tadalafil, Sildenafil, and another one. But the brand names then are Viagra, Cialis.
But they used to be exclusive. They used to each have their own active ingredient. Now, like if you get a
but
blue
now
chew,
you can get a blend.
you can get both.
It's like getting a red blend when you're at a dinner.
You're going to a dinner.
I want a red that's robust but mellow.
Yeah, can I get a buttery?
Can I get a buttery dick pill?
Can I get dick butter?
Yeah, can I get an oaky, buttery, you know what, steel cask? Steel cask?
Yeah. I'm gonna do the sildenafil aioli.
I can't chime in at all on this
No,
conversation.
but we were talking about ads. They tried to tell him that his hair.
I'm a lesbian. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about pills.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was always a happy older couple in a bathtub overlooking like a rainforest.
There's always the if you
know what I
have
wanna
an
say about
erection
that?
lasting
Something
longer
to
than
break
4
out when
We
hours.
talk about how the baby boomers ruined the planet and how they achieved the highest level of living standard of any generation ever, and then they refuse to die, and then they are so self-centered. Instead of graduating out of your sexuality when you get into your 70s, they take unnatural demon chemicals, so they keep working and they stay in their beautiful homes and they don't sell them, and the market's crashing.
Have we started the podcast yet?
How long?
Man.
What are we doing?
No, because we always do a cold open.
I mean, Robert De Niro
Well, we've
and
got
Al
plenty of
Pacino-
places to start at this point.
Robert De Niro and Al Pacino both have newborn babies in the last year. And
Don't be afraid to get on that mic.
They're in their 80s.
See how much closer that is?
They're in their 80s.
Welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We're here at Doorstop Studio, Studio .square.site.
Yes.
And I'm here with baby brother, and we're in the Nike Tech.
Nike Tech.
He's wearing my signature purple because I cleaned it fresh for him. It's actually really easy to clean. You turn it inside out, and then you wash it cold, and you air dry it. And I already had a fan going in my basement, so I hung it from the hot water pipe in the ceiling.
Yeah, but I also had to explain to you that every article of clothing out there, unless you rip the tag out, has specific washing instructions.
No, that's what they told me to do. That's what's on the instructions.
But I told you to look at the instructions when you asked me how to wash this tracksuit.
But I Googled it, and Nike had a video about it.
I'm glad that you Googled it and Nike had a video, but how have you gone this long without knowing that every tag that's inside your clothes usually has
tag inside
washing
of that
instructions?
jacket has no instructions.
Nothing?
No.
Not even a little?
It has the size.
But
It says Nike.
I feel like
there should be
there's a
another
second tag.
There's usually a second
there's
tag.
another one.
You know that one that we hate that rubs against our love handles and you rip it off
probably
eventually?
already ripped it off.
You ripped it off. That's the one that has the
I always wear
instructions.
something under this so it doesn't rub me because I have a shirt. I'm wearing a shirt right now.
Well,
You don't go shirtless?
No, not under this. What if I get hot?
I don't know. Do you want to talk about your sponsors?
No, I mean, we're in no hurry. We're also here with Molly from No Antics.
Yes.
I'm
And-
also not in a tracksuit. So
Molly!
I can't really talk.
This episode is brought to you by our patrons at patreon.com/JacobV. We just had a lovely dinner at the taco, Rockstar Tacos next door, and it was truly lovely. We had I had the tamale. What did you have? You had the pork loin taco.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it was.
They all have great names. I had the Jack in a Box taco. They call it the man in a box.
Love it.
We had the chorizo egg rolls.
Is that Alice in Chains?
Yeah.
Makes me want to scream the lyrics. It's okay.
That's a good one. That's just E.
I'm a man in the box.
Eat.
Sorry. That's actually all I know.
It's mostly That's how he sings it now.
That's how it sounds. Yeah.
Because he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's
unfortunate. That's sad. I didn't know that the guy
Molly
from dead.
and I have a very exciting future planned, and we're going to spend a lot of time together because we're going on the road. We are playing tomorrow night is with No Antics at the Duck Room at the Blueberry Hill.
Fuck yeah, you are.
The Chuck Berry closed circuit television kingdom. And we're playing the Crystal Lady birthday show. It's a very fun tradition in our circle of friends. And then we're hitting the road, Mama.
I know this is going to be interesting.
I think I know all these dates, but let me pull them up.
I know one. I know one of them's in Lawrence, Kansas.
We're playing next Saturday in Lawrence, Kansas. You can find all of these flyers on my website at jacobv.com/live. And then the 15th, we're in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. The 16th, we're in Cleveland, Ohio. I know that because I just booked the hotels. And then the 22nd, we're in Madison, Wisconsin. And then the 23rd, we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And then the Milwaukee.
I hope that's right. Because
I think that's right.
I apparently wrote down all the dates wrong the other day.
Molly, do you know about the lightning rods in Milwaukee?
It's a mozzarella stick that's real big.
It's a mozzarella stick that's about that long and about that big around.
That you can eat?
Yes.
That is for sale.
It's a fried mozzarella stick.
It is for sale for you to eat.
You know what cheese does to me, but I will eat it.
I don't know that.
Are you lactose intolerant?
Yes, Jacob, we've talked about this so many times.
I gotta clean my
bride-to-be is also lactose intolerant, but that does not stop her from enjoying.
No,
John is hella
end up sweating a
my
lot,
brother-in-law, who's been on the
honestly.
Patreon before, he's hella lactose intolerant, and he just suffers.
You do. That's all you... Because it's everywhere.
Dude,
what are you going to do, not eat it?
It's
I
everywhere.
recently had a friend who's been vegan for 4 years now tell me, do you know how bad dairy is for you? And I say, hey,
Yes.
I met you for coffee, not for life advice.
Yeah.
I will suffer through for the cheese.
Yeah, the cheese is the only thing that I really am still okay eating because I haven't done cow's milk in a long time, and I try not to. In certain recipes, I like heavy cream because like a coconut equivalent of a heavy whipping cream is funky, and it'll make your pasta taste like coconut.
I have done that, actually. I have tried to do like, or you were using coconut oil for something instead of this because it was supposed to be healthier, and I was like, this just tastes like coconut.
It tastes if you like
use
fry
like a tiny amount.
if you like fry something in coconut oil, it tastes like the coconut bay shrimp from
And
Red Lobster.
It's like, hey, I was trying to make pad thai, not almond joy the pasta.
Yeah, this is an almond joy egg roll now.
Yeah. Fucked me up.
And
Can't even get a word in right now.
no, why would you? Let me ask you.
You gotta be
questions.
a
Not
surgeon.
that I have
You are wound up.
anything.
You are on my nerves.
I
need to settle down.
I've had a very long week, and then I had a few drinks.
I put headphones on you so you can hear yourself,
loose.
so you wouldn't have to scream.
Real quick before we continue, what's with the elote popcorn they sit down in front of you without?
It's
asking?
not elote. It's
What is that?
It's a Rockstar powder. They call it angel dust.
It's like sweet.
It's Rockstar Dust.
It's Rockstar Dust.
that
on
was
the
pretty close.
popcorn.
Do you know my drag name that I have a URL already saved for and everything? Glizzy Stardust.
We're not gonna ever...
Glizzy Stardust.
Glizzy
This is
Stardust.
why-
Absolutely.
Molly, this is why people tell us that our podcast is about nothing, because we can't hold on to one subject
No,
for more
it's
than 12
just-
seconds.
She's the only one that's actually medicated for her ADHD right now.
Oh, are you right now? Because you're not going to have a good time.
I mean,
You got to be able to just bounce.
I took it around like 5 a.m. But
It's probably worn off.
Yeah,
is
we're
it
probably
extended
good.
release?
I thought you said
Yeah.
you were gonna have another
Oh,
one.
I don't know.
What,
I mean,
30?
yeah, like 4:30.
No. What's the milligram?
Oh, milligram 30. Yes.
30. And is it the one that I like? The one that looked like the machine from Twister that had all the little balls in it. The
Oh,
Adderall.
Adderall made
capsules.
Yeah,
I used
Adderall.
to
With the
take
little
that.
shaky.
Yeah. Vyvanse is more of a powder
And you hold
now.
on to it. You hold on to it, and you're
I
like,
can't even see
you're like,
it.
what is
Yeah.
that in there? Is that some sort
The
of
Adderall
candy?
that had the clear capsule, and it was the XR30, and because the extended release 30, and it had all the little tablets of deliciousness in there, but it was clear you could see in it, and it was like having a Polly Pocket, but it was drugs.
Polly Pocket.
The Polly Pocket.
The Polly Pocket of
I
drugs.
think Adderall's the only thing that's going to save our nation.
People would snort that too.
I was snorting it.
Absolutely.
But here's
Like-
my
Yeah.
thing.
No, I
you
would
wouldn't
take.
crush it up. I've
No.
seen people just.
What I
was
would
an
do is I
amateur.
would take the extended release. I would take it orally to set my base, and then when we would
the
get to the
starting
bar,
point.
I would snort an Adderall off of like a urinal.
So my whole thing is I actually have really bad ADHD, so that stuff doesn't affect me the same way as
Is
it
that
affects
true?
the people that use it. Not in the way that I like, because I've tried it over the years, and I tried Concerta, and I tried another one, and they never worked. But one time I was really, really hungover, and I had an ex give me a Xanax and an Adderall, and then leave me in their apartment. And I laid on their couch, and I suffered through the hangover, the Adderall, and the Xanax all at the same time.
That's the worst.
And
Keenan
it was
did
like,
that.
I gotta go, but I can't.
Keenan did that to
Your
me and Emma.
brain's
And
just-
It was so bad.
But your body's stuck.
And
yeah.
their TV was one of those new curved TVs.
That's the
It was like a
worst
flat
thing to
screen
do
that had
to
the curve,
somebody.
But they didn't have it programmed yet, so I was just kind of trying to make
that's
local
like
cable work.
How
Adderall
much
and Xanax to somebody that's
I
hungover
don't
in your
know.
apartment is
bar?
probably
Just
probably five
I
milligrams.
think it was like 3/4 of a bar.
So it's probably like the
probably-
0.5 or whatever. Or
It was
is it
too-
the whole bar was probably
It was
5.
too much, Molly.
Oh, okay.
So it was probably 3 milligrams. That's plenty, though, if you
too
don't have a
much.
tolerance for it. But that's like forcing someone into sleep paralysis.
It was that. It was. It felt
Yeah.
like the only thing
Adderall and
the only
Xanax
thing
together.
missing was the.
It's
demon.
like the Lamborghini in Wolf of Wall Street, where his brain is like, I got to get in the car, but his body can't move.
Dude, you can get that. You can get that same thing if you just take 4 to 5 grams of mushrooms. You can get that same sort of catatonic
Yeah.
Like
stage.
force.
And
I
then,
have
and,
been
then, and then
there.
a and then a
It
perk
didn't
30.
take that much mushrooms though.
Okay, fair. Maybe just me. Maybe that's just me. But yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have been there 100%.
Do you know about the time that I dog sat for
I
him
keep
during a
thinking
blizzard and
You're
I
gonna say
took
the Muffin
mushrooms?
Man.
No, I do not know this.
It's a good time. So
He tells me nothing
so
about his
I was
personal
dog
life.
sitting for him. They were in
Don't
Vegas.
talk about it.
They were in Vegas for some reason. I dog sat for him, and I was microdosing mushrooms with chocolate at the time, just to have a little
Just a little
elation.
something, just to weave
But
in a little virtual
I was
reality.
busy. I had 3 massive dogs running circles around me, so I just kind of like took a big bite out of this chocolate bar, and I was like, "Oh, I think I ate too much. It'll be fine." I put on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2
Classic.
from the 90s.
Yes.
And
Revenge of the Ooze.
yes, and it kicked in so hard, and then next thing you know, everything in the house is a blur, and I'm dancing with the dogs to Turtle Rap, the Vanilla Ice version. And then a pizza guy got there because I forgot I ordered pizza, and I talked with him about his tattoos for a minute, which were god awful. They were like really bad, just like
What were they?
it was like one was like a skull with a dagger coming out of the mouth, and like
Does he want to be
it-
on the
It was
podcast?
really, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's crazy."
Heart with mom.
Man, that's crazy, and thank you for the pizza. But hey, do you want to dance to Turtle Rap with me and these 3 dogs? And he's like, I gotta go.
That's what we should do.
He turned and he ran.
Is we should order food from a random place each time we do an episode, and then pay the guy. Like
To stay.
if we give you $100, will you come talk to us for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Do you sing a song?
Come back after your shift, maybe.
Yeah. Or
Like,
no, fucking. What are you doing?
right now.
Yeah, come get in here.
Get in here.
Get on this mic,
Call.
sir.
Don't even ghost your job.
Bring all the food in.
Quit your job.
If you
Quit
have
your
multiple
job.
orders,
For this
one you
one-time
shouldn't because I
payment.
paid you for priority.
Yeah.
To bring all their food in. Fuck
Yeah.
them. You're done.
Our father used to do
Yeah.
that. He used to fuck off and make the pizza late, and then no one would want it, and then he would eat all the pizza by himself in his Gran Torino.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he'll tell you.
How long did he have that job for?
He had that longer than he should, but this was like the
80s.
80s.
That
They're
would've been
just
87.
letting everybody do.
It was the 80s. No one gave a fuck.
What were they gonna do?
That would have
What
been
were
1986.
they going to do? Call the store? Then he got to get the phone book back out? Fuck
What year
that.
was that Gran Torino?
I don't know.
It looked
Yeah,
like
Gran
just like
Torino.
Starsky and Hutch's car, but green.
It was green. Kind of like that tracksuit.
This same color. It's
That
a family affair. It's a family affair.
Sorry.
That's blood, baby. That's blood. That's a family
I know.
harmony,
Why
bitch.
didn't anyone
We
give
need to
me the
pause
memo?
the
I
podcast.
own a tracksuit. I
What the
could've-
fuck are you doing here?
I
But
didn't
you live
go
you live
home.
way out there.
I didn't go
You
home.
came straight from work.
Yeah.
And I
I
didn't.
was already in the
You're
city.
our guest. He is a
Is
he
it
is a
okay?
cast member of the
Is
show.
it
We're in
okay if
uniform.
I ask you? Shut up. Is it okay if I ask you what do you do actually for work? Because I don't know.
I help run a like warehouse. We do shoe fulfillment, working with like Macy's and Amazon. So it's a giant warehouse little fucking shoes that we ship out, and I have to boss people around and make sure all the
wild. Where is that? Like Earth City or something?
Fenton.
Fenton?
So
Really?
it's like
not so bad.
10, 15 minutes from my house. Yeah.
No, I thought it was Earth City.
I live so close to you.
No.
You know,
I
like
think Dee Dee works out there.
you know the viaduct in on Gravois and Afton by Mackenzie.
Yes.
I live like right there.
Okay, so you're not.
I live so close.
Yeah,
to
you're not that far at all.
You know
that's not
where it
that
goes under?
Mhm.
That's right. You actually have to go up on that bridge to get to his street.
My headphones cut out, but you know,
viaduct
is the word.
That's a viaduct?
Yeah, it's called a viaduct.
Cindy told me when we were children, you know, when you see them, it looks like they have pathways back there, that like homeless people used to live in there.
I always thought that there were people hiding in the little,
you know,
cutouts.
on like Kings Highway or no Gravois going towards like Chippewa, like that QT that's real ghetto. Okay, so that one under there, she used to tell me there used to be like walkways back there, like behind those grates, but they had to she said they had to close them because bums were hanging out in there, and I said, Cindy, that's not the preferred nomenclature.
Bums.
That's my Aunt Cece though. She's a baby doll.
Well, no one even says bums anymore.
What was the 90s when she said this to me?
Homeless?
Yeah, they say the homeless.
No, now they say the unhoused, but this was 1997, and we were driving down Gravois in a Geo Metro.
Even if you walked up to a homeless person right now and you said, "Oh, hey, what's up, bum? Here's $20," they'd probably be like,
"Do you want to be on my podcast?"
"I'll take it, but bum." I'm gonna tweet about you.
How dare you?
There's worse things you could call somebody.
No, but bum is so.
Mom used to call me a bum if I was still in the house at 1:00 on a Saturday.
I feel like when you're being lazy, like that's like.
And those people are not lazy.
Exactly. It's like, I'm not lazy. I'm homeless. Like there's different. So bum is a really mean thing to say to a homeless person because sometimes it's not their fault.
Yeah, there's plenty of reasons to not have a place to live.
It's like if someone is a little bit shaggy and you call them a beatnik, and it's like, well, that's not. I'm not exactly choosing a certain like vagabond lifestyle. I just like having my shit this ways.
What's on the list, Jacob?
I was just thinking that we got to do a shout out, and I could always scoot it maybe, but they're fine right now. As always, we like to take a moment to tell you about Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois.
Oh, he finally got Hamel.
CaddyshackIL.com or .org maybe. They're linked on my website appropriately.
My favorite thing is that if there's any listeners in Hamel, Illinois, they've probably heard you say New Hamel so many times.
Well, Sarah,
they're like, where is this new Hamel?
Sarah is really sweet, and she's a patron of the show, and she's the proprietor of Caddyshack, and she is a nice lady, and she has never corrected me.
Well, how many times did you get it wrong?
She's never.
How many years?
3 years. Every episode. For 3 years. I think
good chance, like hundreds.
You sure she didn't at some point, and she just gave up?
Dozens of. No, she never corrected me. But I, for some reason, thought the photo of Bill Murray with the Caddyshack, Illinois shirt. I thought it said New Hamel on the shirt. It's just how I remember. But that just means that there's new on the page in my memory.
So you didn't
You've never
Google
seen this?
I've never seen the photo.
Why would I Google it?
You're just going based off of memory from Caddyshack.
The show. It's a free ad
Bill
that
Murray.
I donate to them.
There's
They're my friends.
There's a photo.
I'm on the board of directors.
There's a photo of Bill Murray wearing a Caddyshack
He's
shirt.
holding it up to himself. He didn't put it all the way on, I don't think.
Can we get that onto a shirt, and then I'll wear a shirt of Bill Murray holding
the shirt? I don't know if they're allowed to do that. Caddyshack Hamel, Illinois.
What are you talking about? I would ask him for the rights. He'd probably be like, "Yeah, I don't care," and he would chug a pot of coffee. And then, because
we just make it for personal use, is that an issue?
We could get them. They could.
We don't have to sell it.
They could have them available at Caddyshack for purchase.
If we don't sell it, it's not a big deal. Okay, so it's not on their website.
Oh my God, cats!
Yeah, CaddyshackIL.org. We're
cats?
On the site right now.
You want to see my cats? You want to do that right now?
Yeah, I mean.
Got pretty good.
Do you want to see the dog that was in my work today?
Yeah.
What?
Actually, yeah.
Are we all doing this?
Because it was.
Jake, you do whatever you're doing.
This is the weekly pet
puppy.
Moment brought to you by Caddyshack of
Look
Hamel,
at that little
Illinois.
guy.
And you know what? My memory deceives me. I'm looking at this picture of Bill Murray
Oh my goodness!
with the
That's
Caddyshack
gravy.
shirt, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
It doesn't say New Hamel. It just says Hamel.
It says Caddyshack.
It's a very
Hamel.
blurry
Again,
picture.
A simple Google 3 years ago.
I fucking love that shirt. And
Oh,
I
well,
also,
the shirt is cute as
But
fuck.
also, I want to put that image on a white T-shirt, and then I want to wear it.
We should do that and wear them on the show. We should make one.
Fuck yeah, sponsor.
Sarah has made me several lovely Caddyshack shirts that I've worn on the show before.
Also, This was a puppy at my work. It was a 5-month-old baby. Well, I was sawing wood.
You got to text that to me so I can put it in the video because this is rude.
What do you do?
This is rude.
I work construction.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I guess
What?
that was
Like
a
home renovation and general
He's been
contracting.
talking about it on the show a little bit.
I
yeah.
have.
He did my whole bathroom down there.
No, I just did the base trim and I cut out all the water damage and did some patchwork. It was nothing.
And then my stepdad
was
replaced the
nothing.
toilet
And then
with his twin
and
brother.
then the
I knew you were
Germans
talking about the toilet.
And then the Germans did the toilet because I actually personally I've taken out toilets, but I've never put one in, and I know that if you fuck up the wax ring, it could cause a lot of issues.
They had it done in no
With,
time.
like,
It's
the
really
water?
not that hard.
Well, we made Ronnie come do it because everyone kept saying Ronnie's the toilet man. He loves a new toilet.
Well, as I was telling him though, I rented a place up in U City a while back, and we were like, "What's this smell in the bathroom? Like it's funky. Like what's going on?" Turns out the landlord tried to install the toilets himself and fucked up the wax ring, and then there was just a mountain of shit under my toilet on the subfloor, and the plumber came and removed the toilet and was immediately like, "Oh, from the next room over," and we were like, "What is happening with this plumber?" And he's like, "I'm gonna yell at." I don't remember what our landlord's name was at this point. I'm gonna yell at Pete so hard because this is the worst botched up toilet job I've ever seen. He sounded like that, and then he literally had to scrape a solid several pounds of feces off the ground, the floor, because our landlord tried to install the toilet and did a bad job. And I personally don't want to be the guy that messes up the toilet.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Well, my landlord.
God.
Okay, what were you saying?
My landlord in Nashville converted the upper bedroom, which was just an attic, but him and his son did all the electrical. And so the second we plugged anything in up there, the breakers would switch. We couldn't do the washer or the stove or anything that if you took a shower while using the washing machine, one of the pressures would give. We would switch the breakers all the time, and then he died while we tried to get that done.
That'll happen. Actually, our house is kind of like that too. We can't run the washer and then the dryer on like high heat at the same time. We could do low heat. So
and we paid for
lows.
that. He told us that going into it, and we agreed to that.
It's fucking, living. Living is living.
It was Nashville, and it was under $2,000
Exactly.
for rent for a house.
Yeah. Keep on living, keep on living.
But it didn't really work with the musical instruments.
Caddyshack has a lovely UFO t-shirt.
With plugging in stuff for band practice or whatever, any time ever.
Yeah, it didn't really work.
Shit.
Yeah, we were
can't
constant,
use.
and the breaker was in our closet.
Oh, that's even weirder. But we can't use our microwave and our toaster oven at the same time, or it kills the whole kitchen.
Yes.
Well, I have that problem. The air fryer with anything else. If my ice maker kicks on and the air fryer's on, I'm fucked. I like.
It's because it's high demand for that high quality.
Is it that?
It's fucking frozen
it...
Brussels sprouts. Can we just keep the kitchen alive? Well, it can't. I mean, if I can't use the toaster oven and the microwave at the same time, I don't know how I'm supposed to feed myself. Is what I'm saying.
Well, you know what you do is you do one at a time. That's what I do.
I act like I'm being a good podcast carnivore, and I'll just pan fry a steak and just eat that. But that's because I'm afraid to turn anything else on.
You know when you nuke something in the microwave and then it's got to sit for a couple minutes anyway. So that's when I use the air fryer. Is after I nuke something in the microwave. Then it sits, and then if it gets too cold while the air fryer toaster ovening is happening, then I just nuke it again. I'm really energy efficient, obviously.
You eat a lot out of the microwave.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the frozen meals, but I'll cook if I'm feel like it.
You know what you got to do?
I used to cook for a living though.
You know what makes me want to cook? An XR30 from Adderall. Right. Not a sponsor.
It does not make me want to cook.
It doesn't make me want to eat. It makes me want to clean.
Yeah.
It'll make you forget that you were going to eat.
Denny! Can I get a DC?
How many?
You need a DC?
No, I
got water. What is that? Flat tap?
Mm-hmm.
No ice.
No ice.
Room temperature.
Yes.
All day.
I'm the same.
How many of those do you go through?
I've had.
I have no idea how many.
I've literally had. I've had
several.
People refill
At
my
least
water bottle.
4, yes.
I've had people refill my water bottle and it comes back with a bunch of ice in it, and I'm like, that's not what I want. I want
because it's gonna melt and taste weird.
I want room temperature water, and I want to chug it and then forget about it. That's it.
How many times do you do that in a day?
Isn't it technically healthier to not to drink warmer room temperature because it gets into your body? Is that just made up?
So They said that if you drink ice water too much, your body thinks that it's in a cold environment, so it'll make you start storing fat.
So drinking cold water makes you fat?
So drinking ice cold water makes you fat.
God.
Because your body
that's the big difference
is
between us
convinced.
and the UK.
You know what I've been doing today?
and
I've been
That's
drinking.
what we're doing wrong.
Yeah.
That's what we're
It's
doing wrong.
nothing else.
Everyone in the
Nothing
UK
else.
is skinny because they
They
don't
don't
know
like
what-
ice water.
They don't give a shit
That's
about
like one of those
ice.
things on BuzzFeed.
And it's just tea, no
Like-
coffee. They just drink
I
the
mean,
black and...
I'll drink coffees. I actually
Yeah, but not
They do
we put a lot
espresso.
of sugar and the fancy fruit, like
sometimes
Starbucks.
I'll do the equivalent of an Irish car bomb, but it's a pint of cold brew, and then I drop in a shot of Earl Grey.
You okay?
And I just go.
I bought 70 Diet Cokes this morning.
and then drove it.
Instead of
Uber.
How
going-
many you got left?
And
That's the
then
question.
he took
Half a case.
then he took the tires off of his car and put it on the case of Diet Cokes, and that's how we got here.
I did bring 35 Diet Cokes into the Uber.
He remembered the Diet Cokes, but not his car. That's the thing.
Hey, are you my Uber? Cool. Yeah, no, I'm Jacob. And he's like,
Oh, God. Like
Can you wait here? I got two more.
the
Like,
Uber guy's driving
Can
up
you
like,
pop
not
your
this guy.
trunk?
The Uber guy's driving up like, this isn't my ride. Not my ride. Not my ride. Oh, fuck.
the guy in the tracksuit with three.
The guy in the green tracksuit.
72.
Wait, no. It's the guy.
I also
the guy
had
in the
my
green
caboodle.
tracksuit.
You notice I have my caboodle.
The guy in the green tracksuit.
My,
outside-
Ameri- my American Tourister caboodle is
God.
with
The
me.
guy in a green tracksuit with a bunch of Diet Coke outside of a middle school.
Do you want to talk about
Somebody, what grade are you in?
She's thinking a kid missed the bus and his grandmother
Yeah.
booked him an Uber. And then, wait a minute, and this is deep north.
Grown
This
man.
is deep north. And then this nice young lady who's hustling in the afternoon, trying to make a little extra money, driving Uber, pulls into the middle school, and she sees a 6-foot Caucasian in a green Nike Tech tracksuit
With the man bun and beard.
And you're standing the way that you stand, which is like this.
with 35 Diet Cokes
Oh, my God.
and a rock hard American Tourister makeup luggage.
Oh.
Do you know how much shit I can fit in this
Well,
luggage?
and you had the purple and yellow shoes.
And I was
the
wearing these
Nikes,
purple and
yes.
yellow shoes.
Which
So
don't
you were
match your
just-
current tracksuit.
No, but they're
Peacocking
super comfortable,
hard.
and everyone at work is wearing those kind of shoes.
The only thing that would make it better is if you got it in the Uber and you said, "Sorry, I know that my shoes don't match my tracksuit."
That should've-
because that's what they're worried about first.
Wait,
I
did
didn't
you-
even acknowledge
you
the
wore
Diet
this
Cokes.
outfit
I
at
just
work?
plopped the Diet Cokes into the seat next to me, and I said, "Hey, Tony."
She didn't even pop the trunk for you? Just.
I didn't ask her to. I guess she was confused.
One time we
Yeah,
were
it's a
drinking.
lot.
We were drinking after a wedding in Kansas City, and my lovely partner who's off camera was way too drunk to the point where everyone who was friends of mine from Kansas City was standing around her so that she wouldn't get kicked out of this bar because she was passed out.
Oh, you guys used to do that for me.
And we were on the patio, and
Chicks
the
sleep.
Uber pulled up with their windows down and saw me pick her up like a puppet. It was like, "Honey, the Uber's here." And her arms like flailed when I picked her up. And they said, "Oh, hell no." And they sped off and canceled the ride. They didn't cancel the ride first. They said, "Oh, hell no," sped off, and then canceled the ride.
You know,
Well, that's
I would
polite.
do the same thing too.
That's
if I saw that.
No, I'd be like, "Get her in here. Where you guys going? What are you talking about? This is Uber. What? This is not a nice service."
I don't know. Maybe try to do something about it also.
My 2-year stint in Kansas City.
That's
Yeah, do something about it
Yeah,
too.
like maybe don't just drive off
Yeah.
if this man's trying
This
to
is
kidnap
why-
I think that's
this
exactly what I would do.
lady,
I would
like-
drive off and be like, "This
I'd be
dude
like,
just
wait. I
picked
hope you
this
guys don't
lady
drive
up."
Uber.
Yeah, someone's gonna
Roof
puke
you
in
Well, I
her
would
car.
never drive
Yeah,
Uber
roofie.
to
You guys
begin
will
with.
get killed. You
That
can't
was probably it.
involve
They probably
yourself
thought that
in
I roofied her.
crimes.
Exactly.
My Uber score went down for the 2 years that I was in KC. I did some. I
No, that was that bad weekend we were there because you tried to rip that door off that man's caravan.
Not that one. Oh, that happened. I did try to get extra points because one time I had
We
an
were
Uber,
using it hard then.
One time I had an Uber drive me through Ponchos for a breakfast burrito.
Oh,
at
that
3
could
in the
be it.
morning. Yeah.
Ah, God damn it, that's good though.
You guys ever
yeah.
puked in one and had to pay that fee?
No,
I puked outside
but
of
I
one
fell
and he let me
out of
get
one.
and canceled the ride. He
I had to. I almost did, but waited right till I got home.
I literally
Open the
blacked
door.
out. I literally blacked out right before my Uber got there. Got in the Uber, and then I came to falling out of their lifted truck onto the grass of Nelson Atkins Art Museum in Kansas City, and I puked in the grass. And I got up and got back in. They're like, "You're good?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good." Thank you. Oh, it broke. No, it's good. Okay.
This is crazy. God is good.
Everything's fine.
We want to take a moment out of our day to remind you to think about God. No.
No.
It was hard to find clips of the last episode we did here because
we want to take time out of our day to talk about God over in New Hamel, Illinois.
The Holy Roman Empire was just heavy on my heart that day, and so I really had to connect with you about our Lord and Savior and our shared experience.
You know, was that a Friday too?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the Catholic holiday.
If I'm not gigging on a Friday, I'm wide open.
Yeah. That's what we noticed last time about eating Rockstar Tacos is that they were out of their fish tacos because of
it was Lent.
Eat fish on no meat Fridays.
Yeah, I didn't have any meat. I had some
You got to eat
pork.
that fish. That's why fish fries are a thing.
I didn't
That
have
is
any
why
meat,
fish
but I
fries-
did
Fish
have
Why is
season.
fish not meat?
because it's from the ocean. What are you, dumb?
I just never got that. I don't understand.
Hey, wait,
What's
is a fish wet
I don't
or
think
not
I've
wet?
heard anybody else ask that.
Can I ask you about this?
Why isn't fish meat?
Do you think
It is meat.
Well,
do you think that
and
a
in
fish
similar faith traditions, they go completely vegetarian for holy purposes.
I was
For the
gonna say,
record.
is vegetarian. If you are vegetarian, can you eat fish?
Well, for the record, that
No.
would be pescatarian.
That's why they have a distinction for pescatarian.
For the Latin pesce, which means fish.
But it
Can't
isn't
you
totally
eat chicken
different.
if you're a pescatarian too?
It's
No.
long established that
No, only
fish,
fish.
I
and
don't know.
land creatures.
but
I don't know
also,
anything.
there are fish that are characterized as their meat being steaky, like tuna.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, you know what?
But that's really
I want
just a
this
comparison.
steaky ass.
So this
fish.
is just bullshit, right?
Well, there's
I mean,
actually traditional guidance on this in the literature
Is there?
of
Learn me.
long-standing separation
And
between
what is that?
sea
Learn me.
creatures and land creatures, and just how to regard them differently and which ones to eat and not.
Also,
eat.
wait a minute. Didn't we all start out in the water after we became multi-cell organisms?
Yeah.
And then one motherfucker decided, you know what? I want feets. And
Yeah.
then they came up in the land. So aren't we all just fish?
I'm a fish. I'm serving fish. You know who served fish first? Jesus Christ.
He did.
He was the original server of fish.
He
and
was the
bread.
original
Technically.
server.
If you want to talk
Yeah.
about serving
Fish.
fish, can I tell you something? You know who
Sell.
served fish first? Say it!
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Nice. You went up like that was like a fifth.
And we went there.
Like Whitney would do a fifth.
Yeah. And also, neither of us are lead vocalists.
What are you talking about? I'm the songbird of my generation.
The lead vocalist in the room, it doesn't know what to do when we break off into those weird things.
Well, I just kind of let you get.
Yeah.
What am I going to
It's-
add to that?
Exactly, yeah.
I don't need to.
It's
add
your
to
own
that.
tangent.
You guys have
You
your
could-
own thing going.
This should come in
I'll
with
chime
like some
in.
real
You gotta
suburban
pile it
slam
on.
poetry.
You got to pile it on.
Like while we're doing that, let's do this right now.
It's
I
a
want
dog
you to
pile.
come in and I want you to think hormones chasing me, like that kind of poetry, and then we're
You
gonna.
want me to do poetry?
Slam
I'll write
poetry.
it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. No, but I used to. There's a guy.
yeah.
Okay,
Diet Cokes
How many-
make me broke.
Microphone.
That
Piano.
woman. Whoa, man. Whoa, man.
Water bottle.
Yes.
Bottle of water.
Yes. Oh. Hey, you know what's in my list of things to promote on the pod?
Probably not.
The hot new single from No Antics,
Actually-
Flames and Post. Available
Yes.
everywhere. Spotify is a very popular platform for
This
us.
week.
It came out this week.
It did.
It came out in the middle of the week because there's a
know.
content gap in the middle of the week is what it is. You guys get all kinds of stuff on Thursdays and Fridays. When's the last time you woke up to a hot, fresh single on a Tuesday? This week. See, when I don't have the ice.
When's the last time you guys got When's the last time you got a hot fresh on a
Jacob's
Tuesday?
not gonna make it.
I didn't think about it until after we walked all the way back in here after eating.
We did eat a lot.
We ate every bite of food they let us have.
Yes.
And really went to town. Every time she was like, and is that it? I was like, well, actually, it's not going to be it.
Yeah.
You're like pausing to give me more room.
There were so many good options on the menu.
I
Again,
didn't get
not
to the
a
bottom.
sponsor. This is all we're doing is we're doing sponsors for free.
Dude, I just realized your podcast is just a new age version of Jiminy Glick by Martin Short. You bring on a guest and then you don't let them talk the whole fucking
Holy
time.
shit, that's fucking funny.
God.
Have you listened
know
to
what I'm
like
talking
any
about?
Yeah, that's
podcast
really funny.
recently though? A lot of them are like that.
That's what it is.
But it's like you're the guest on the thing.
Oh, wait a minute.
I see him every
You have
day.
been aping me this whole show. You have been crawling on my spotlight
This is
for
just
the
your
entire
brand.
time.
Don't fight against yourself.
We're
This
not
is your
fighting.
brand. This is just
his
what
thing.
you
I
do.
was
This is who we
expecting
are.
not to talk.
It's
Exactly.
Jacob
You're just here to
V.
interject.
Hey,
Weekly.
can you just
Lightly.
sit there and just let us talk?
She
at
knows me. She doesn't want to. I told her to prepare an opinion on all kinds of issues.
Nobody's expecting anything
No,
different.
he
Let's
didn't
just say
even
that.
tell me about the tracksuit. So
She's mad about. She's defensive
Yeah.
because of the
well,
tracksuits.
I do actually own one now. So
I can't believe I left my car at work.
You know, I just realized that you used to do on the podcast, which was now you can't do it. Now you can't do it. He used to do this on the podcast, and you'd have someone on, and he'd be like, "Can I get your opinion? Israel or Palestine?"
Oh yeah.
And he would do that, and you'd be like, "I don't understand why you're asking me that question."
And it,
Now you can't do that.
Well, and that was
question.
the joke you made earlier. So
I told her that. I said, you better have a hard opinion on Palestine by the time we go live on air. And she said, I'm not going to do that.
I said,
And
no comment.
I said, that's probably better.
Hey, Molly.
But that's so funny. That's how
Hey,
old
Molly,
the podcast is.
Hey, Molly, what's your opinion on
when we were doing that,
it's not.
Israel and Palestine was not a hot issue. It was kind of mellow.
I mean, it was no hotter than it had been for like 400 years.
Right,
Sure,
1,000 years.
Mhm.
And then lately it's hot, it's negative, it's not fun. And so we wouldn't pose that question that way.
Right.
Well, did you see the new fun thing Missouri's doing with teachers?
Christ.
If they call a student by their preferred pronoun, they can be added to the sex offender registry.
What?
This is like, it's not passed or anything, but it's this bill.
just
It just got
chaos.
proposed.
It's just
and
fodder.
it's literally
It's just
if a
like-
teacher
I don't know, it
goes
sounds like
by
Florida.
their
Well,
preferred pronouns.
For
Oh,
the record,
hi neighbor, I'm sorry, I called this kid
you
by
know,
what they wanted to be called,
our-
and now I'm a sex offender.
For the
Our
record,
former high school
also-
was in the news for this problem, for being transphobic towards their staff.
well, for
Yes?
the record, also, Mitch McConnell is going to be out by November.
Well, he decided to
Officially.
retire early while he still had his, golden years left.
Yeah,
surprised
while
if
he
he's
still
right.
has his mind right.
But this
yeah.
is what I was saying
He's got
in the
time
cold
to go
open.
skiing
Yeah.
and lay on the beach.
Or,
This is how that
maybe pick up
generation-
the saxophone.
This is Mitch McConnell cannot play the saxophone now. He's 87.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Also-
he's literally
Dying to
87.
eat.
Also,
Like-
turtles don't have lips
This
for
is
playing the
why
saxophone.
that generation ruined the economy, and so they could just take Viagra and live to be empowered
Here
till
we
they're
go with the
87.
So, but
The
here's my
penis pills
idea.
again.
Here's my thing I was
This
talking
is
about.
what- no, it's not me. I'm not Autumn. That's
But
what,
you're bringing
Hey,
the dick pills
hey.
up again.
Hey, listen.
that's the best way to do it.
Oi, oi,
Listen to me. Listen to me right now. Okay. I'm talking to you. Okay. Mitch McConnell's getting out in November, so now they're going to pass as much shit as they can before November.
Oh.
It's like now they got a deadline, so they're going to pack it in.
See,
Well,
I think they're just keeping the other side busy.
What my favorite thing is talking to my uncle who lives in like southwest of Joplin, so way down there. Listen to him talk about how kids at the schools now they have litter boxes in the bathroom for kids
Yeah.
that identify as
We talked about
cats.
this on the Patreon.
And it's like, I mean, yeah, if I were a custodian of that school, I wouldn't want to be scooping that litter box. But like, why not just make them? There are real, actual cats in the world that use toilets. Why even give them the litter box?
Yeah, you can train pets to do that.
Yeah, just be like, hey,
We've all
listen,
seen
before
the
you
dog in the
identified
movie.
it
Cat
as a
was a cat
cat,
in the
you were
movie.
toilet trained.
Mhm.
Was it a cat?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, Jinx.
So like, don't make it a school thing. Just let them use the toilet and use the litter box at home. I don't know.
I really have considered, because I have that brand new toilet down there.
Well, because now the custodians are upset because they got to scoop litter boxes in this, and it's
You can't
huge,
even wear
and
bandanas
it's giant
at
shit,
school.
and it's giant
Like,
shit in a litter box in a bathroom in a school, giant person-sized poops.
If there's dress
Are my
codes,
cats-
there can be I
Are
don't
my
know.
cats
That's
9?
yes,
My cats are 9 years old.
yes, Hans and King are 9.
And so, do you think that's too old to teach them to use the toilet? I have that brand new
It
toilet
is.
down there.
It is too old.
I think once they're like
Yeah.
not a kitten.
Well, no. So you can use that litter box formula where they have the litter box that sits on the toilet, and then you cut out the rings over time, and then it's gone. But it's going to be harder for them because they're older.
And they're big.
Yeah,
They'll fuck up my
they're
new toilet.
Not more than you fucked it up.
I don't think
What?
the cat's gonna cause more damage.
Man, my 20-pound cat really fucked up my toilet because you.
What's wrong with the toilet? Oh, my cat just took a fat shit there.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
bad,
fucking
dude.
cat.
You just fucked up that
They
toilet.
cracked the bowl with their Maine Coon tabby shits.
I don't know that I want them using the toilet now that you put it all like that. I use the liners now, and the litter box thing is just not.
You put a liner in the toilet?
No, in the in the litter box.
Do you see the area around the litter box? Yeah, that'd be like all over your toilet. So
yeah, I don't want that.
They'd be kicking it everywhere.
They do kick it. Back when they lived with me, the litter boxes were in the litter boxes were in the pantry of my kitchen. And that made it a lot easier to vacuum and clean when they kicked it out.
Where you stored food?
Canned goods mostly. I was in my early 20s. You really think I kept like produce?
I mean, no, that's
leftover.
I don't know. Yeah, actually, that's.
It wasn't like,
hey,
I'm really upset that I keep the litter box where I keep my parsley. No, it was like like fucking canned
whey
goods
protein jar
and hamburger helper and
whey
protein. Yeah.
It's mostly whey protein, actually. Admit it.
Yeah.
You know, Lactaid really works nowadays. If you take a Lactaid capsule before you eat something with dairy in it, it really prevents a lot of those symptoms.
Am I going to remember to do that every time I eat dairy?
You just carry it with you. Put it in your purse.
I got 4 pockets.
Put it
and
in your
backpack.
Put it in your Fendi shopper and get in the Rover and go to work. And
we can't all have the makeup case, dude. What do you call it? Like the fun name?
My caboodle.
Caboodle.
My stache.
Stache, that's what it is.
Yeah, stache.
Stache away.
Yeah, it's French for holding.
So you were talking about the new single for
Flames
a second.
in Post. I think it really turned out beautifully. It's is it the second in our new series of singles?
Yeah, it's the second this year.
After Fembots.
Just to recap, No Antics is an alternative rock band based out of St. Louis, completely DIY alternative rock goodness.
I love the vibes. I love your shows.
Fem Grime is the brand of flavor of vibe, and we have merch.
Crime.
We're coming to a city near you, but we released 5 or 6 singles over the course of the first year we were together, and then last summer we dropped an LP called Fem Grime. We refer to it affectionately as Volume 1, but it's not written on there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Phase 1.
Phase 1. I like it. How hard or expensive would it be for you guys to commission someone to make you like a leather press of Gay Jesus, so you could put a leather press of Gay Jesus onto belts and then sell the belts?
Oh, a Gay Jesus belt. Well, the shirts are not selling.
See, that's the thing.
As well as some of the other
to
stuff.
Rep the Gay Jesus in Missouri.
I will say, unless you know what No Antics is, if you see me walking around with my Gay Jesus tank top,
it's more controversial than we anticipated.
I get looks.
It's more controversial than we anticipated.
Yeah, but there's so many band T-shirts with like people getting murdered and like.
No, I have not seen it.
It's not. He's not even naked or anything. It's just he is a flamboyant Jesus
in short shorts, and
he's not doing something gay.
He's pulling up side of his Daisy Dukes.
He's
like a little,
and
he's got a No Antics on the ass, and he's got his.
But he's not. It's not sexual.
No, but it's
like
just if you're religious, you're not
like you're gonna think it's suggestive.
Because we have a song called "Gay Jesus" on the album.
Is it on our Instagram somewhere?
Gay Jesus.
That's the thing. You wrote the song.
I actually haven't heard this song.
I am gay.
I'm really excited to listen to it. I've not heard it.
And it's really just about being blacked out at a bar with a bunch of queer people, and someone looks like Jesus from across the room when you're blacked out. Like there really is no.
It is
actual
what it is.
meeting.
Yeah,
we just wanted to write a song called "Gay Jesus."
I love that.
Gay Jesus.
I have it in my fucking Google
I think
Drive
I have
here.
it somewhere.
I just don't.
Oh wait, it's my background on my phone. Hello.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so he's got the cross in the shopping cart.
Well, good for
and the high heels.
This is a vision.
This was his.
I had a vision. And I stood in Molly's living room.
TikTok of him talking about.
Well, this was what I tell them to film everything when I'm receiving messages from the Lord. Yeah. I tell them document this. I tell Dee Dee, if you see me pull up in my car, start rolling, because whatever's going to happen between there and when I get to you is a journey.
You think he's kidding too?
I'm not joking. And Dee Dee is the king of content. Dee Dee should be a social media manager for like a big company or something. But he's a brilliant young man, and but he made a TikTok about this that's on our TikTok as No Antics. And but I describe it as, okay, so it's Jesus but he's fierce. He's wearing like high heels. He's got great legs, tight little shorts. I didn't mention
Ripped
the tattoo.
calves.
Yeah, but shredded calves. And he's pushing a shopping cart, and the crucifix is in the shopping cart. And he's looking over his shoulder, sassy like.
Oh, sassy like.
Yeah. And then our friend Amber, who's a very gifted artist and illustrator, drew it up for us. And then we sold a dozen skateboards with it like etched into the deck of the skateboard. We sold like 12 of those at our album release show in July.
That's amazing.
And I really feel like it was important for us to do an LP to feel validated and relevant, and like we could do it and we're serious and we don't just have singles just leaking out on the internet. So we have an established piece. But also we noticed that that's the thing. The singles are more popular.
Yes.
The singles have a better life cycle with our audience, especially as they interact with it in their various forms of media.
Well, and then you go to play that one, and then it just auto plays the rest of your stuff. So anytime you're putting out a single, the rest of your stuff is getting more stats based. It's stupid,
more.
But
a single is really the music universe's version of a snare trap. You know when you put a snare out in the woods and you catch like a rabbit.
Oh, I thought you meant a trap snare, like
no.
like
no, not like trap music.
I was thinking like
no. So
Lil Wayne.
A snare trap is usually
like
just
for a fox,
like a little rope,
or
and
a
then
rabbit.
they run through it, and then it tightens,
awesome,
and then it holds them in place. And so a single is like a snare trap on Spotify. By the way, have you guys seen that Spotify has an AI thing now?
Not a fan.
Okay, yeah, me neither. It was like, hey, my name's Eugene, and I'm here to guide you on an AI adventure in
your personal
Spotify
DJ.
music. I'm here to give you the vibes with what you like and what you got going. Here's reggaeton. I have never even once.
I love reggaeton.
I've never even once. So I just put this shit on, and I was at the gym, and I was
you're
just
gonna like reggaeton because
it's like, yeah. And if you ever want to change it up, you just hit that AI button at the bottom right side of the screen. And I was like mid set, and I was just kind of like, I gotta fucking stop. I gotta stop. This is horrible.
Christ.
I don't listen to this.
I think I got some like EDM or house something. And I was like, yeah, I also have.
What are you?
Here's the thing. Mine was a fortune teller.
No, but then if you hit the AI button, hold on. If you hit the AI button, they almost passive aggressive about it. You hit the AI button because you don't like the music, and they're like, cool, we're gonna follow it up with something you've already listened to this week. And then they play like a song that you literally listened to earlier that week. But it's like, it sounds like they're being shitty that you don't like their ideas.
This happened at Trivia
which
last
makes
night.
them the perfect DJ.
If they are a DJ, then they're probably an asshole.
That's
even
what
AI.
So the AI DJ is just that toxic asshole that you didn't like what he did.
Oh.
So then he puts on something, that he knows that you're gonna.
It's like DJ Pauly D, but in AI.
Trivia last night. I go to play my instrumental funks playlist on Spotify, and then it introduces itself as a fortune teller, and it looks like a droopy wetness on my screen. And then it asks me questions. It's going to give me advice about an issue of my choosing, based off of what it thinks I want to listen to. It's going to give me a song that's going to give me an answer.
Let's get this going with something that I really want to ask.
I don't know this voice though. You're doing a voice.
What's your opinion on Palestine?
Was it coming at you hard like this? That'd be so great.
Have you asked the Spotify AI about Palestine yet, though?
You know what? I pay for a relationship with certain AI tools.
We're getting canceled.
Some of them are really, really useful, but some of them won't do like anything fun. They won't do anything that looks like a real person.
Then they
won't do anything violent.
And then they play a house track that's titled
so
Holy
they're robots.
Land.
They're just robots.
They're just fucking robots.
Just
I'm
robots.
like, I need to have fun. I want to see George Bush on the moon. And they won't do George Bush.
I want to see Will Smith.
Have you tried Adobe AI?
Adobe?
No, you know what? The Adobe generative fill is really useful. I use it in Photoshop.
Yeah.
Mostly to make album covers for crazy people.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, so that guy has a banjo and that guy has a banjo. But can you make it so that guy has an electric guitar? And I'm not going to regenerate the whole thing from DALL-E. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what I do is I go into Photoshop and I'll select the area that the banjo is in and go to generative fill and just say electric guitar. And it makes a totally
that's sick.
And it does it.
I feel like I've seen that on TikTok though, where it's like make a kid that's enjoying his corn on the cob. No, make a kid that's enjoying his corn on the cob more. more, and as you're scrolling over and the slideshow, it's just a kid getting more and more crazy over this corn on the cob, and it's all AI.
Watch this. They
did the same thing with Will Smith eating spaghetti. I swear to God, I keep talking about it, but it's because it gets fucking bonkers.
Will Smith eating spaghetti.
It gets to the point where like his eyes are glowing red, like he's a demon.
You're
and
typing
he's
George
shuffling.
Bush into this. What are we doing?
On the moon.
I hear
I'm
that.
telling you,
I
it
hear
won't
that
do it.
Bing AI.
It
is not
won't
bad.
do it.
It'll tell. Watch
Bing
it.
AI?
She's gonna tell me.
Bing B-I-N.
Wait, is that
Oh,
because it's like a
really?
Like
political?
the search engine, they have their
It's
own
got,
AI
like,
now.
fucking
That's
rules.
apparently it's
It
pretty,
says
pretty
creating image.
Okay, I didn't think it would do this.
I wanna see it.
Now I'm trying to remember
It said-
how crazy. Well, it's not done it yet. Will you let me see it first?
I want to see it.
I like to get the green on my fucking AI generated demon.
Oh, it
image.
takes forever to create the image.
It does not take forever to do shit. You take that back, you'll make it mad. God.
They're
It's
listening,
gonna turn
dude.
red. It's
I
gonna be like,
can't
you know
put-
what? I
So
quit.
while she's in the middle of my
Meanwhile-
image, you're gonna get mad.
Meanwhile, I'm scared of the robots at Schnucks. So
This is
Have you ever been to a restaurant where the food runner is a robot now?
no.
Oh, I don't
What
believe it.
restaurant is this?
Las Fuentes.
Las
on
Fuentes,
fucking right down
not
from your
far.
house.
Not far
They'll
from you.
send R2D2
They've
that's
increased-
covered in salsa to your
they've
fucking
I
increased-
usually just get
That's
to
crazy.
go.
They've increased everything by $4, and now they have a robot that delivers food to the table. Yeah.
Why? Okay. That's like one of the only human like service.
I would rather
runner?
a robot take my order and then a human bring me the food.
Well, okay, so it's
haven't seen
just
it yet.
the food runner,
wanna see
not
it first.
the full waiter.
It's you. It's me
service.
and the camera. I get to see it. You should see this too.
Wonder
It's
how
so
that's gonna
close.
come in.
The fact that it hasn't happened yet, though. Now
It's not done
the moment's. Oh, check mark. Here we go.
Is the Wi-Fi bad?
All right, here it is.
No.
This is it.
It's this
Let's
iPad.
see.
This
This is it.
iPad's slow.
It's definitely not Bush.
It's not
just
George W. Bush.
It's a man in a spacesuit. It can be whoever you want.
Oh, that's
You
why
could
it
say
did
it's
that.
Bush.
That's why it let us get away with that, because it didn't have to show us George W. Bush. I should say I want to see his eyebrows.
Can you,
I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
W. Bush. That's
I
how
want
we
to see his what? His eyebrows.
You want to see my what? I don't know why. I thought you were going to start rapping that. So Flames in Post, No Antics, Femgrime, STL. We have more content than anybody in the business. We are just saturated right now. We did 6 singles before the LP. The LP was 10 songs.
Yes,
And then we've
you know,
done,
I think Prince in his career only did 5 singles.
he
So I think
only
you're
ever
really
had
up there.
5
Yeah.
singles, and he's the best to ever do it.
Yeah,
Right.
Flames
So
was
you-
our 18th track
Yeah.
released to date,
Yeah.
and we have 8 more in the chamber.
Yeah. Releasing in 59 minutes.
We're
57, 56. Those are seconds.
it's close.
You're doing so good.
So
Yeah, and we just kind of keep writing and keep recording, but hopefully,
we find that the appetite of the market is more suited for this thing where we can release a single every couple months and a video somewhere in between, and then, different content kind of throughout.
You guys, I know that you just did the SpaghettiOs one for Fembots, but you guys are due for a new video.
well,
I
we
love
have
your
the Gay
videos.
Jesus video that we can put out really whenever.
What? I haven't seen this, and it's been ready.
No,
Yeah.
it's not totally ready.
You've just
'cause
been sitting on it.
we haven't
we use some
finalized
new technology
You
to us.
just been sitting on Gay Jesus.
We use some new
New
technology
technology.
to us, and
New to you.
we didn't want to rush into forcing it into something until it was time, and so it's
It was meant to be one thing, but now I think it's gonna be
it's
even.
very charmingly devolved into another.
It is as dumb as you would think it'd be. I think.
I
I
think
mean,
it's got our
I'm-
biggest budget to date
I'm so ready
of
for
like
it.
$37.
Yes, because
I had to
we did
order-
make a purchase for this
I had-
one.
You
we
could.
well, I don't
you
know the
could
SpaghettiOs. How much
do-
was the SpaghettiOs?
We did spend $42 on SpaghettiOs
So
for
that was
Fembots.
technically
My God, did you
more
get
expensive.
600 cans of spaghetti?
We
do
did
have-
get. I still have so many
have
SpaghettiOs at my
leftovers.
house, and I don't like
'Cause-
SpaghettiOs. That's the fucked up
I
thing.
had a big bowl of them that day.
You need to come next time you're over. You have
I've
to
got
take them.
SpaghettiOs at home.
Are we?
Fuck all y'all.
I gotta come by tomorrow and get my goddamn keyboard.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus. I'll get some
I'll see you
SpaghettiOs
tomorrow.
with me. I'll
We're
have them
playing
in the
that
whip.
Are there
show.
any of
I
them
don't
with
know what
the
I'm gonna
meatballs, or is
do
it just spaghetti?
about my
I know
car.
there's the Hanks, the hot sauce ones he got too.
Frank's?
There's a Frank's
Frank's,
Red Hot
Hank's,
Spaghetti.
I
Frank's.
was like, Hank's was that?
I don't
Frank's.
know.
Hank's
I'm
cheesecake.
tired. What time
Hank's
is it?
cheesecake spaghettios.
Only 7?
You worked all day?
Yeah, I have been up for
Yeah, I've been up since 5:30ish.
18 hours.
I
too
taught
much.
6th grade band
Not
all
18.
day, hard. I made them all do their rudiments. All day I was playing on a practice pad with some old Vic Firth mallets, and the Vic Firth was like etched into the handle.
In your jumpsuit?
In my jumpsuit, in this outfit.
God, that's so nice.
It's a tracksuit. It's the Nike Tech.
Tracksuit.
Nike
Excuse me.
It's the Nike Tech.
Nike Tech.
It's not one piece, huh?
Oh, hi, Dan.
Oh, well, thank you, Dan.
Is it DC time again?
It actually is, but I wasn't going to ask.
Yes, a little
You just know.
D and C for you and me.
That's why she's
The carbonation is leaving Jacob's body,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he doesn't, if his urethra isn't sizzling, he needs another one.
Yeah.
That is the thing. How do you drink so many of those and not just
That aspartame.
pee every 5 fucking minutes?
So you know, like chrome coat paint.
Sure.
Yeah,
Like
I got
you
some of
spray-
that.
You spray it on stuff, and it just makes it look like chrome, but it's a very thin layer, almost like magic shell chocolate sauce for ice cream.
Okay.
But imagine
yes.
that.
I understand that more.
Right. So imagine that now on the inside of his body from the aspartame. So he has this thin layer of just chromatic, just aspartame layering throughout every part of his digestive tract. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Sometimes when he pees, you can hear it.
Well, you can. A lot of people piss
Mhm.
loud.
Mm-hmm. It goes aspartame as he's peeing. I'm making this up. I don't know.
You see how
Science.
I wasn't
gifted he
sure
is?
where we were going with this.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know you guys
this
were going to
about
let me
myself.
go that far.
Oh, like I could stop you. What are we gonna do?
What have we talked about this entire time? Nothing.
Flames in Post by No
in
Antics.
Post by
We're
No Antics,
going
released
on
on
tour.
Tuesday.
We're on tour. We're playing tomorrow night. That is probably tonight by the time this video gets
The
posted.
Duck Room.
Yeah, will
The
this be
Duck
out
Room.
in time
It'll
to
be
plug
out.
it?
It'll be out. On Fridays I don't usually go to bed till like 3.
That's insane. I'm usually in bed
No,
by
because
like right now.
I'm just so happy to
I
have
just-
the freedom to stay
I
up
just
for the first
can't
time all
wait to
week.
randomly run into Chuck Berry in the crowd.
I get all that free time in my house, like with my stuff.
Well, here's the thing about tomorrow night is I have a lot of 20 coworkers bought tickets because the
Fuck
other
yeah.
band, Crystal Lady, shout out, tomorrow night, one of their members, Nick Five Ash, I work with him. So he had the physical tickets because it's their show. And this is a religious company. And I have a song called Gay Jesus.
Oh, it's
don't-
gonna-
wait. I'm going to be there for
so
and
good.
I
sure.
It's gonna be so
cannot
good.
I'm
wait
going to be there
It's gonna
for
be so good.
sure.
for their faces.
We have
Honey, I
the
almost
shirts in
forgot
all
that we
sizes.
made plans. We already have a thing we got.
We have a tank.
Yeah, I mean, we have the merch. They're going to see the merch. They're all like, oh, we can't wait to see you
Sold
guys.
out
I'm
of
like,
skateboards.
you guys don't.
They're going to buy it.
They don't know me.
What kind of
Oh, they don't know you?
I mean,
Well,
they
like-
don't.
like to-
they
like
know me as a work
workplace.
professional,
What kind of-
hard ass,
what
just
kind
getting out kind
what
of.
kind of shoe supply warehouse thing is religious?
It's called.
The best
I'm not
one.
gonna. I'm not
The
gonna
best
say
Yeah,
one.
that
don't
name.
do that.
Oh,
It's
is
the
it called?
best
Is
one.
it called?
It has a religious name.
Is it called?
Technically, you wouldn't think that, but it has like.
So interesting.
I found out
Yeah.
later that
It's
the
called
meaning.
Bethlehem shoes.
It's called.
It's nothing. yes.
Like, are we going to either we're going to
It's-
say it or
it's
we're not going
called,
to say it? And I think we should just
It's called footwear for Christ.
yeah.
Yes.
It's yeah.
That
yeah,
is
the,
it.
The souls of
Footwear
our
for
blessed
The
Christ.
mother.
souls of our
No, they're
blessed
super
mother.
nice
The souls
people.
of our blessed mother. You know what Jesus did when he was done serving fish? He washed feet. Jesus washed feet.
Wasn't that made by the same guy who like was promoting anti-Roe v. Wade stuff too?
Hey, whoa. You know who served fish first?
Was he washing feet or
He was serving fish by
Serving
day and
fish.
washing feet by night. He was a freak for feet,
It's true.
and he liked fish. He said, and that's the diet.
Well, and also
he was serving fish?
He was
with
serving
a foot
fish
fetish.
and washing. I don't know if he liked the feet. He was washing them out of respect, I think, or
You
something.
just said he was
I'm just,
really into feet.
I'm just a child of God, and I love
pursuit of
smells.
faith.
Do you think he went in between the toes? Do you think he went in between the toes?
The Vietnamese girls do at the spa.
But do you
I go
think
to.
Jesus went in between the toes?
Yeah.
Do you think
He had to.
Well,
He
because
got all up in there.
in the illustrations from the 1970s that we got in
Our
the cartoons,
Jesus, my Jesus.
in the 1990s cartoons, he really was just kind of like getting the water on and off the feet and kind of rubbing the outside of the foot.
Yeah.
I didn't see him like monkey grip a toe hand. He didn't go. Can you give me a squeeze? No. With your other hand, you mongrel.
Yeah,
Like
that.
I never saw Jesus do this with a foot.
It's hard to do.
You got to get the oils because he had the oils afterwards that you got to put in all the crevices, the crevasses,
the cravache.
Yes.
So
now I want ceviche. Weirdly, after all that funky fish talk, I want ceviche.
So what about that specific vision of Jesus pushing the crucifix in a shopping cart stood out to you to the point where you wanted to pursue it for merch?
Oh, I just love it. It's just it's random.
Where did the
But I
inspiration come
liked
from?
the shock factor. He just said it randomly
I
one
just
day.
I thought about the
And
thing
our-
we were talking about where
Yeah.
the queer community has enough intrinsically of a history, some of them in traditions of faith because of where they grow up, because they come from anywhere.
Conservative.
I was
backgrounds.
confirmed. Oh, yeah, I went through that.
I loved-
So did I. I was
loved it.
baptized Catholic,
Baptized.
confirmed Christian, and now whatever.
Was that Southern Baptist you were doing there for a
I
minute?
did that for a minute too, but that's only because Mom made me go because I was so bad.
All right, we live in the Bible Belt.
You
Like,
needed the
that's-
guidance.
I work for a
I don't-
religious
Y'all
company.
It goes
motherfuckers
deep.
need
It goes
Jesus.
deep.
Now listen, I got an idea.
We used to live next to the
If
refrigerator guy who wouldn't open on Sundays. Sell washers and dryers.
Very true. If you guys are open to the idea of making a Gay Jesus 2, Gay Jesus numero dos,
Where's this going?
I want you to make the merch. It's Jesus on the cross,
Is he resurrected?
covered in
Tube.
covered in spaghetti-o sauce,
Oh, no.
and people are throwing spaghetti-o cans at the crucified Jesus.
We can beta test this on the Patreon.
but also
That's a safer
but also
space.
Jesus is in a mesh crop top, and then something sexy down here. I don't even know yet. Is that too much?
A loin
Listen.
cloth.
Listen,
What did Lil
can you
Nas
describe-
just do that everyone
Can you
freaked
describe
out
all that
about?
to the AI? Will you type all that into the AI?
I don't know if I want to do it. After I got it
The
all out,
AI is not going to do any of
I
that.
They put George Bush on the moon, apparently.
Yeah,
I felt my
You said-
Catholic guilt when I expressed that idea to you.
Yeah,
guys.
no, even I felt your Catholic guilt while you were
and it felt pretty bad.
And
right?
she's a Gentile from the county.
Yeah, I'm Episcopalian. It's
Type a
Catholic
vision
light.
into there for a minute. This
Where
is
do
like
you
giving
piss?
your kid an iPad at the restaurant. Like, here.
They
Here
like
you go.
women a little more.
Here you go. Make a sacrilegious illustration with my robot.
Really?
So, but that was the thing is, it was similar. The vision came from as we start to, as queer people, reclaim aspects of our faith traditions that are still ours and that are part of our family identity. If you go back beyond our own generation at all.
Yeah.
Especially because it's not
Jesus
sexual
washed
in any way.
feet,
He was
okay?
washing feet and serving fish, and that's really the vision was who served fish first, and it was Jesus, and he put that crucifix in his shopping cart and he hit rodeo and some pumps.
And I feel like I'm also very influenced by like Kathleen Hanna and like Bikini Kill and the early Riot Girl movement that was just in your face. This is something that you probably don't want to see,
so
but fuck it.
The AI apologizes but cannot fulfill this request.
I told you.
That's what I told you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah.
But she put George Bush on the moon.
Right.
But you don't see that it's
But
George Bush because he's in
apparently-
space, and so he
But
can be covered with
apparently you
equipment.
can't have Jesus Christ on the cross covered in spaghetti sauce, dressed slutty, which I did right in there, getting stoned with cans of SpaghettiOs.
I missed the getting stoned part.
Oh,
This reminds me-
Are you adding
No,
this?
so getting stoned is
like
the act of stoning
Oh,
somebody.
I thought you meant like he was smoking. Okay, no, that's
I
way
thought that
worse.
too,
That's a lot worse. Actually.
No, but this is like a storyline
You
in
should feel
Cyberpunk.
guilty when
I would
2077.
rather it be slutty Jesus smoking weed out of a can of SpaghettiOs, like when you used to do that with a soda can.
That it is more, yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
We have to get a character. If there's going to be a gay Jesus, there needs to be
a comic book. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, or something.
It's got to be like our like logo.
Yeah, your logo or somebody.
Just piss off
Yeah.
the
Right.
religious community. I mean, honestly, oh gosh.
Could it be gay
I shouldn't say
Jesus? Could it
anything.
be gay Jesus and they're cross-dressing?
Well, we have.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's something there.
There's something there.
There's something there.
Well, this is your
Yeah,
guys'
pick
thing.
at that. Pick
It's
at that
your
a little
thing.
He's
bit.
serving fish and he's
Cross-dressing.
He's
Yes.
dressing.
Right. It's serving
the cross.
serving fish.
But it's-
and
yeah.
cunt.
No.
Serving
How do you-
fish.
how do you-
Dressing cross.
We're
Right, like
workshopping it.
we're working with
Jesus H. Christ
right.
on the cross.
Yeah.
This is a.
I'm scared to say anything
No.
into the microphone. talking
No,
about
you're
this.
good.
Listen.
You let it
No, I
rip.
just sometimes
Let
I
it
say,
drip.
Remember also
he
that
doesn't
we're-
edit. He
here's the
doesn't
thing.
cut
No,
anything.
this
No,
is
I
not
know,
a live
I know.
episode.
So I don't want. Yeah, I'm like.
do what
Wait,
you're
this is
I
not
like
a live
having
episode.
friends.
This is,
Yeah.
this is
I
not
would-
a live episode, and there have been many a times during his podcast where he'll literally just be like, "No."
No, he
No,
literally did
no,
that to me
no, no.
last week. He's like, where there's a whole part where he's like, we're going to cut this out for sure. And it's in the episode.
I figured. Well,
We're like,
'cause
we don't
I
wanna
didn't
I
dox
know-
don't trust him to
Yeah.
cut it because he's gonna love it if I say something.
Well, it's not even that I actively love it. It's just so easy to just not cut anything.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just so much
It's
easier.
So
It's more
I know
convenient
his
and-
process, and he doesn't edit, and I would rather.
But I do
And they
like.
go so fast, you just
Is
got to
there
take
a
your time.
bathroom?
You just
I
got to
could
take your
bleep it.
time and like jump in whenever it feels.
Yeah.
I would
Well-
love to line up a bleep.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lou,
Hard bleep.
will
Yeah.
you come sit where I'm at? I'm going to use the restroom.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like we've gone well
I'll
over
sit
an
in.
hour. I have to use the restroom.
Yeah, what time?
Are you done with me?
No, I'm not done. I have to go to the bath.
Bathroom break.
I've had enough to drink where I want to
See,
be on
and
the
I can clip
podcast
out.
now.
Yeah, I mean, we're not live, so we're not. There's nobody like sitting at home like waiting for us to figure this out. Running on.
I'm Molly,
empty.
by the way. We probably met.
For sure.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
one time we were at a show. Well, it was your show at.
Bob's. You walked in. We were playing at
Well,
Bob's.
there was that time, and then there was the time
You guys came to the album release at Off Broadway.
He does. I have not even
Yeah, that
officially
too.
met his wife yet. So
Oh my god!
he doesn't
serious?
introduce me to anyone.
She's coming on some of our
insane.
road dates.
I am
with
going
us.
to meet her like actually for the first
How
time
long have
on
you been in this
tour.
on the
band?
road.
Over 2
Years.
years now.
She's great.
She's
I've
I
heard
love her.
great things.
Yeah.
But he hides away.
Yeah.
I think he's embarrassed of me, honestly.
Oh, you know what's funny because
No.
I'm that's
Because I'm gay.
She likes to be at home. She's a big fan
So do I.
of No Antics, and she's a big part of the reason why Back Pain Part 2 is hitting so hard on the streaming services. That's
Part 1 or part 2? I think it's part 1.
Oh, Part 1. That was the
Yeah.
slower of the two, I think.
Yeah.
Is the one she likes.
Oh, that's part 2. But part 1's the one that's.
So
It's
it
the
must be
first
part
one on the album.
But
so
she does
it
something
was
where
like-
she likes a song, she'll listen to it on repeat, maybe all day. She'll
I
listen-
do that too, but
Yeah.
like for months. Like I find an
Oh.
artist that I like, and I'm like, oh, this is all I'm going to listen to for 3 months.
Yeah, but there's like, I mean, a few songs that are like that like and she'll do. And so we, that specific track out of all 18 of our tracks now is the one that for some reason tickled the part of her tism, is what she would say. That makes her want to blast it like
that makes
that.
me happy. I have really, I don't. It is.
And I'm
sad.
talking about, I think we got to do a part 3
If you're doing a part 2, you have to do a part 3.
I love that
on the album.
Best 2 out of 3.
There's Back Pain Part 1 and Back Pain Part 2, and they're different movements
Oh.
of the same idea.
Yeah, I really liked the idea of having a continued phrase or idea, and we had I had the demo for part 1 first, and then we eventually came up with the part 2. I don't think either of them originally were supposed to have any lyrics, and I wish they didn't.
Wow. True
Because they're
feelings coming out.
really, really hard to play and sing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I think they sound really good. but
I
no, that's-
like it. Yeah, let me rephrase that. I'm glad we added lyrics because I like it, but it would be a lot easier live if they were just instrumental.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's always the thing when you're, and I've learned this over a long career as a recording artist, that you find that I don't even remember what I was going to say.
Got lost in it.
I got lost in the
Like
sauce.
lost in
The thing of it is,
I call those mulligans.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, my mom will do that.
And then nothing happens.
Yeah, she'll say, "Listen,
Listen, let me tell you something.
and then she'll pause, and she'll be like, I don't know.
my mom does that, but then she'll just get on her phone and then like get on
And-
Facebook and like forget that she was talking to
And
me.
she's like,
Oh.
did you see this?
Yeah, she's just scrolling. I'm like, what did you want? You
Letterboxes.
called me in here. What do you want from me right now?
Molly, they got litter boxes at school. It's awful.
What town in Missouri was doing that?
Joplin?
No,
What
well,
were
it
they
was,
actually?
They have.
Yeah, it
there was
was-
a school here, I think, too, like locally.
Really?
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't care to look it up, really. But I do. That's the
But
curiosity.
Monette.
it's not out in the
Monette
open,
is
though,
where
right?
the litter
Like,
boxes were.
It's you can
Is
still
it
see
in
under
Oh,
a
really?
stall?
Yeah, like
I
you
don't
can still
know.
see under the stall, so you're gonna see somebody's ass just like
Or
hovering.
do you
How high?
squat
Like-
high enough? Because then is there like a splashback with the litter?
It's a
Oh,
yeah.
How
Oh.
close does your ass
Think
get
about
to it? And is there the gap
sounds,
in the
too.
stall?
The sounds of the plop onto the kittle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, it probably wouldn't be as loud as if you were squatting
and
over
then
a toilet.
and then
You guys are
are they
doing this
also
on
doing
purpose.
this?
Yeah, are they burying
they
it?
burying it?
If you are a cat,
Identify as a cat.
do you
You're putting your
also
hands in
bury
that
your? Is this one of
litter.
those things that where you're gonna?
And then are they washing their hands before they leave the stall? Because who's you're touching
Yeah,
what?
ooh, wait. But is there more than one cat person using that? Because then are you digging around in someone else's shit?
And what are you doing with that shit? Because you know that janitor. I wouldn't.
How
I
do you
wouldn't
have
make
to
the
scoop
janitor do it.
the litter box? Is
I
that
think-
into the
flushing
toilet.
the
Can I say
toilet?
something?
Put that in the
Can I
toilet.
just say one thing? I think what we've learned is that we have more questions than answers when it comes to litter boxes in the
Who
schools.
scoops it?
Don't yell at
scoops
me.
it?
Though. We're not even live, so nobody can even help us right now. We're recording this asynchronously, so it's like,
If I had known this wasn't live, I would wanted to been a part of it way sooner.
oh yeah, the ones. I mean, I'm just
Right.
not in a hurry to do them live because the live audience is not the majority of our numbers.
I
So
also don't know that I was invited to be here. I
you're
just showed up
you're
to
always
play.
welcome. I just I
Yeah.
never want to impose the camera on somebody. My wife's still never been on
See
the pod.
what I've learned about Jacob just today is that he shares like a fifth of what I need to know, and then he trusts
Yeah.
me to be able to
He does that.
be
with-
adaptable.
What, you didn't read
and
my
I am,
mind?
and I am
He does that with everybody.
adaptable, and that's why I love you.
Yeah, I mean, because
Keeps
we're in
me
it.
honest.
We're in it to win it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
We are in it to it, but like I said, that's more of a trust exercise because you trust for me.
Well,
to
we've
pick
been
it
in the
up.
trenches together,
Yeah,
working.
You want to say that in this?
I hadn't pooped yet today.
You pooped in my
Yeah.
tracksuit.
yeah, in the toilet.
He just shit his pants.
He
in
made
your
a makeshift
tracksuit.
litter box
Yeah.
in that bathroom in there.
The whole time you were
and-
gone, they were talking about some stranger plopping their human shit into a litter box underneath a stall next
But
to you.
here's the question:
Can you imagine if you're on the throne and then you just feel a little brush of cat litter on your ankle,
No.
on your bare ankle?
Wait, no, you're stressed about not making it to fifth period, and then you hear.
But here's the thing:
They're trying to bury it.
That's what we were
do they bury it? But is it like flushing a toilet? You gotta bury it and scoop it, or just bury it?
I think they just bury it.
So you're just digging around with other people's shit.
That's the thing, though. It's the custodian's job to come in and scoop the litter box.
I wouldn't do that.
Not for the money they're paying custodians.
I think that is like your responsibility. It's like if you shit in a
How many-
toilet, you are gonna flush that toilet,
How many
or
people?
else you're gonna
Yes.
get yelled at.
You're gonna get yelled at.
How
yeah.
many people identify as a cat though?
It's not
there
very
can only
many.
Be
It's,
like at most 3.
It's enough.
It's
At most
it's
3
a
people.
dozen
If there's
on
a
a
litter
campus of about
box-
2,500 kids. They have about a dozen.
It's enough people that they felt the need
If
to
it's
put
in the
litter
school,
boxes in the school.
exactly. There has to be enough. If
I'm
it's-
glad we circled back to this.
Well, these are the pressing topics of our time.
It's a very thematic
topics
episode
can
because we're
be-
talking about
Oh.
we're talking about
Catch,
cats
catch,
and we're talking about
catch.
fish.
Topics can be pressing. You should hear this. What do you
I'm
think?
gonna give him his spot back. He needs to be.
What do you
stationary.
think
This isn't
about-
gonna work. He's gonna.
He can't handle it.
Somebody gave the baby the gun.
Huh?
They're letting the toddler light the fireworks.
Wait, Lou, wait.
Wait, Lou.
Watch out for the wires.
This is a kind of a problem too, though. Without the pressure of being live, we could just keep going.
Yeah, what do we do?
If we can,
it's like 8:20.
we have no reason to stop. And we
really haven't said anything.
Going next door and getting beers from the bar.
I haven't,
Molly.
Back over.
Molly, we never say anything. That's the point of this
haven't told me
podcast.
to stop,
I've told people I'm on a podcast with my brother sometimes, and I've had them listen to the next episode, and then they're like, "Oh, that was fun, but what's it about?"
After listening to it, they ask you
After
that.
listening to the podcast,
What is it about?
Well, because other podcasts are very focused.
You're a fan
on
of the
specific
show.
topic, so
Yeah, it's
But Jacob V Weekly is just kind of like whatever you want to talk about weekly.
but I feel like tonight is a much more chaotic
Okay.
than you
This is
usually
fine. It's
get
always
on
chaotic.
to more tangents about things, you
It's
know,
true.
like
But there's more people. There's more
I know.
brains in the room.
all ADHD.
If you just leave us to talk about our thoughts, we used to do that on the couch watching the cooking channel when Mom was at work.
That's why.
That's true. If
I
I
think
was
that's
with
what
a
people like
sibling.
about it.
Yeah, we used to just be sitting there watching Barefoot Contessa
And just talking about like
and just
fucking
riffing.
her probably.
and just riffing and just
No, we would watch.
Who was the
Everyday Italian?
Who was the Italian
That
one
shit.
with the big head, but she was kind of cute?
Oh, hard little body, giant
Yep.
head,
Giant lollipop head.
cranium like Prometheus.
Like, was
Yeah.
it all in the forehead or?
No,
No,
it was
it
like
was
literally her
jaw,
She had
crazy
she
jaw.
had a little bitty frame, like her shoulders were like this wide, and her
She looked
head
like a
and her head
bobblehead?
was like this.
She
She
looked
was
like she
like-
only ate on camera for a show she did 12 episodes a year of.
Yeah,
Oh.
but then her noggin, it was like
Ugh.
literally a blow pop in a dress.
It was lovely dresses though, and she could really cook food. I didn't
But
see
it
her eat
wasn't like
much
she
of
had
it.
a massive forehead, like a specific part. It was just her whole head was big.
It was just
A
the head
giant
didn't
head.
belong.
You know,
to the
like when a
body.
toddler can't get their hands all the way above their head like that, it just stops because their arms aren't big enough because their head's so big compared to the rest of their body. It was like that, but it was a full-grown Italian woman cooking on a TV.
or like a puppy or cat when they're like
Yeah.
tiny and their paws
Yeah.
are way
Oh,
too big
little
because
baby
they haven't
kitten.
grown into them.
Little
except
baby,
the head.
little, and you're like, oh, look at them big paw. They're gonna be a big puppy, and they're like,
Yeah, they can't walk.
and
And
they do the thing with the ears.
sometimes, yeah, they have really giant heads.
Yeah, but so what? How do we round this up?
Well, I got some stuff we could plug, and we could just send it.
What's that new song you guys got out this week?
Flames in Post by No Antics, available on all platforms, Spotify, iTunes. Flames in Post is kind of
Watch
a
the
meta
shoes,
inside
like-
joke about
Who's that?
That's No Antics.
Yes, the
Oh,
No
No Antics. I love that band.
Yeah.
They're really great
Yeah.
Buy our
live.
merch.
Yeah, they got merch. I'm trying to
Gay
launch
Jesus,
a.
gay Jesus. Sorry, go ahead.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Thanks.
We should do a 2.0. He could do that.
I know, like that gave me like Master of the Universe vibes. A little bit. Like,
Jacob, I think you should do the podcast. Like do like a private karaoke thing. We do.
but
Uh-oh.
don't tell them the
Karaoke
song.
Who
segment.
wants it?
Yeah.
Do we have a projector
Yeah.
in here?
It'd be
So,
fun
yeah.
to do that.
Oh my
but,
God,
like,
it would be like-
surprise
it would
them
be-
so they don't
I
know
have
the
one.
song.
It would be like last podcast on the left does side stories or
Oh,
like or their
yes.
relaxed fit.
Yes.
You could literally do Jacob V Weekly karaoke night
If I did,
once a month.
you mean I did like a? If I did a,
You would start the music, hand the mic over to somebody, be like, "Okay, you're going."
Yeah.
no prompt.
but like how but like you mean like a private party could have a karaoke thing in here?
Yeah, like not at a bar. That would
No,
be
but that'd be funny
obnoxious.
if we did it here, like by appointment only.
Yeah.
If it's like you let me know when you want karaoke, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you where to go, and it's behind a taco place, and it's a secret. And then they come in here, it's real nice like this, and they're
Yeah.
just they have a projector set up. I'm like, all right, Mike's hot.
Yeah. But
Here's
but
the
it's
search
also
bar.
but also it's also
And go.
but it's also they get 5-minute slots, so there's just a line of people hanging out outside.
We can get
Like
them
no, I'm the 7:15. I'm the 7:15.
You know what though? If we
No
had,
audience.
if we made that
No.
like a that back hallway like a waiting room lobby with
It's like an
chairs and a couple
audition.
vending machines,
No,
whether we could clean up on karaoke
I was
night.
thinking like a regular podcast where we ramble, but then every now and then you decide, oh, we need a song right now.
You know
and
what?
Then make one random person.
There's a podcast I listen to that does that. Do you listen to Ninjas or Butterflies?
No.
There's a podcast called Ninjas or Butterflies where they have really great clips, is how I found out about them. And it's mostly these two guys that own a t-shirt company, and they just do a podcast mostly to promote their t-shirt company.
Also, it's literally what you do, but for everything that you do.
Yeah, I sold out.
Pictures?
I told somebody the other night.
Oh, yeah, you want to do a selfie?
I sold out of those skateboards in one night. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck what they talk about.
Jacob ignored us on that.
I was flashing it. I was giving you the business. I'm hosting a show. We sold out of Gay Jesus skateboards in one night.
Gay Jesus.
Fuck what they talk about.
No, those were amazing.
Jesus.
Those were super fucking
So
cool.
I'm just saying, if the business is to sell fucking skateboards, Daddy, I'll sell skateboards. They were not cheap.
We need to get you in a pack, son.
They were very popular.
Very popular. Everybody wanted one.
That's the thing.
Most
the
of them,
skaters
we
love
could have
it.
sold them out before
You guys
we even
do have a
opened.
big skater following thing going.
Well, yeah, we just need them to come to the show.
And also, those turned out
Don't
really
you know
nice.
that skaters have no money?
Don't say that.
Some of them had some money that night.
They
don't have
they
no
did
money.
for those boards.
Especially if they're really about some shit and they're standing
Tyler
on
has-
business about skating, then they've been hit by a UPS truck and they got a settlement and they're fine.
Ooh, I do love good settlement money.
Okay,
I got me some.
But I actually have a friend who skates who got hit by an ice cream truck. He didn't actually. It was just a car, but that was the joke that he made.
I love that.
But
and he was getting checks,
You know what?
and he probably still is.
I got hit by campus
at-
security.
Can I
Right,
tell you?
yeah,
Can I tell
exactly.
you how much
Later.
ice cream was probably in that car?
I don't know, but he has a chicken leg now because of it, so he better be getting those.
chicken leg.
He's just got
What
really
does that
skinny
mean?
legs.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes that just happens naturally.
I was like,
One is it's the one that got hit. He was like 8 and broke his.
Oh,
He was a
very
kid that
developmental
got
years.
Oh,
yeah. So when he
Oh,
hit
we had a friend
18,
like that.
when he hit 18, he got those checks big time every month
dang.
Sorry,
for like 10
Wow.
years,
burping in the microphone.
Right into my headphones.
Right into it.
all night.
I
I haven't done it once, and I'm proud of myself.
All night.
have a new. This is not new anymore, but my adult years, my opinion on
Oh
ice
my
cream trucks
God.
have changed.
That's going to be the clip that Opus wants to use.
No,
too.
so listen.
my adult years.
So what happened was
ice cream.
is
gonna be-
Molly. I don't know if you noticed, but I went to paramedic school when I was in Kansas City, and so I was doing clinicals, which was like I was doing like 12-hour shifts with fire departments.
I did not know.
And there was a guy that had an episode of syncope, like he was fainting while driving an ice cream truck. And so we had to go get him. And this man
This man
seemed like he had lived in pants that he had soiled before.
Oh,
Like he was very big and gross and not taking care of himself at all. And like just,
And
it literally seemed like, oh, sir, did you soil yourself? And he's like, nah, these are just pants I wore yesterday.
oh, cool.
And it was just like,
Cool.
oh, this
He
is.
said, "No,
this
I
is-
shit in them yesterday."
This is the man. This is the man in Jackson County, Missouri.
Don't worry, I
selling
shat
ice
in
cream
these.
to your kids, and he like literally just
dry.
kind of he's stinking. Yeah, like
Don't
No,
worry about
don't
it.
worry. It's
yeah. Don't worry, I flipped him inside out.
it's days old.
Yeah,
You're only smelling that because I flipped them.
I hung him out to dry on the flag.
Don't worry, son. I shit these pants
Wait,
yesterday.
did we reach
And
the
he was
conclusion of
passing
the
out.
Story? Did
Huh?
I meet it?
What?
Or did
Was
I
that the
miss it?
point of the story?
Oh, the whole point
Like,
of the story
dookie
was
pants?
ever since that moment.
Ah.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm
Thanks for
sorry.
keeping me in check. She loves razzing my berries.
Yeah, I did.
Ever since that moment, all I ever think about when I think of like
Whoa.
ice cream trucks or ice cream vans is that dude might have shit in his pants.
Jesus.
to every ice cream
And he
truck
might
driver?
hit a
Every
child.
ice cream truck ever now, I think that person, that person probably has shit in their pants.
Okay, but have you ever
No.
seen an ice cream truck driver that didn't look kind of creepy?
It's true.
The town I grew up in, Highland, Illinois, I never got a
Doesn't
creepy
count.
vibe.
Doesn't count.
Okay.
Small town vibes are different.
Okay.
Vibes
That
are
is
different. People have
Yeah.
privilege and they have pants.
That they,
They
don't
have
shit
the
in.
privilege of new pants,
That
Danielle.
guy, that was a small town.
Whoa.
You don't know what
they
it's
could probably
like.
pop in anywhere and be like, "Oh, hey, you
can afford
What's up,
pants.
Jennifer? I'm going to use your toilet so I don't shit my pants while I'm flipping these
Oh,
cones."
I don't think that's ever happened on a ice cream man's
I gotta
trout
stop at this quick
route.
trip.
Trout.
trout.
I gotta
Fish
stop.
coming up again.
I gotta stop
You know,
at this Phillips.
That's so
66.
funny you mentioned that because you know who served fish first?
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
let me oil them feet.
It is right to give him praise.
So part 2, 2025.
Don't worry.
Yeah, start on it now.
Yeah, the rest of this year is spoken for. We have
Should it stay like a minute long as well, or
as long as
should
you
this
want it
be
to be
like 10 minutes?
we should do 11 minutes.
Should we go the opposite?
As you want it to
Make
be.
it the longest track ever, not the
Yeah,
shortest.
you could make it "Jesus of Suburbia" by Green Day, but
Yeah.
it's your own version, and it's about
You should make it
it's about
7.
gay Jesus.
Can we make that entire sentence the song name?
You could. I just remember Jesus of Suburbia being like 13 minutes long in my head. I don't know why.
So we have to go at least 14.
My dumb ass is like, make the song 7 minutes and 77 seconds long.
Oh, this
Because Jesus.
people would be doing that if you could.
Yeah, there's only 60 seconds.
That's
to a
the
minute.
problem there.
Yeah, so you can't do.
I like
7:57
7:57 though.
My
That's a good
high.
time for a track.
Damn.
Okay, well, here's my next big question. When do we stop this?
And then I was like, no, put me in.
Put me in, coach. I don't know. This has been fun.
Oh, it's been an absolute blessing. Why don't you let me do the plugs and we can wrap this up?
Okay.
Because, people got school in the morning. Guys, thanks for coming back to Jacob V Weekly. My guest has been Molly of No Antics. Catch us on tour. Catch us as soon as you hear this. We could still be, at the Duck Room
Maybe.
in Blueberry Hill here in St. Louis. March 9th in Lawrence, Kansas. March 15th in Indianapolis. March 16th in Cleveland, Ohio. March 22nd and 23rd are both either Madison and Milwaukee. I don't know which is which. It's on jacobv.com/live. Patreon.com/JacobV.
What about me?
What do you have to plug?
Didn't say that
He's
I
getting
was-
married
I
this
hadn't
year.
gotten there yet. I was going to say, and to my right is my lovely, illustrious co-host, baby brother, the love of my life. You fucking dog! Quit hijacking my segment.
I'm going to go out drinking after this. I'm going to wear this the whole time.
Oh, please don't tear it and don't burn any holes in it.
I'll buy you a new one if he fucks it up.
They're $189.
I know.
We'll start a GoFundMe to replace this.
It's
if I
a
can.
3X. It was a gift from my lovely mother-in-law, who's an executive producer of this very show. Thanks, Doze.
Dozy.
Pose for the camera.
Love the cakes.
Okay, we're good.
That it?
Yeah, that's it.
I can go to bed now?
Kill it! Yeah. Kill it before we keep talking.